As the rugged fishing boat slices through the stormy seas, its crew in yellow rain gear battles the whipping winds and crashing waves, a sense of routine shattered by distant thunder. The captain, a weathered man with a stern gaze, scans the horizon through his binoculars, spotting eerie debris and shadowy forms adrift in the churning waters. His expression shifts from curiosity to unease as the boat rocks violently. Approaching a ghostly, derelict vessel, the crew's spotlights pierce the gloom, revealing tattered sails and ominous bloodstains smeared across the deck. The only sounds the creak of wood and relentless lapping of waves, building an air of dread. Two brave crew members leap aboard, their flashlights cutting through shadowy corridors littered with upturned furniture and deep claw marks gouging the walls. A sudden splash from the darkness outside sends chills down their spines. Deep in the derelict's cabin, they discover a lone survivor cowering in the corner, his skin pale and body trembling, muttering fragments of horror with wide, terrified eyes, while faint moans echo hauntingly through the empty ship. Hauling the man back to their boat, the crew wraps him in blankets for warmth, but he abruptly seizes, veins pulsing grotesquely under ashen skin, the horrifying onset of some unknown affliction. In a flash of terror, the survivor attacks, sinking teeth into a crew member's arm amid spraying blood and frantic shouts, the boat heaving wildly as others wrestle him down. Restrained with thick ropes, the thrashing infected snarls like a beast, sparking heated arguments among the crew until the captain orders him quarantined below deck, lightning cracking the sky above. As night engulfs them and the storm rages, a crew member descends to check the prisoner, only for the infected to snap free, shambling forward with glowing, malevolent eyes in a heart-pounding pursuit down the narrow stairs. In the dim engine room, a desperate brawl unfolds. The crew member seizes a heavy wrench, delivering crushing blows amid spilling oil and blood, the lights flickering as he gasps for air. Alarms blare, drawing the crew topside, where spotlights reveal a nightmarish swarm of infected clawing from the waves, decayed hands gripping the hull as water streams from their ragged forms. Arming themselves with harpoons, axes, and flares, the crew illuminates the horde rising from the depths, the boat shuddering under the onslaught of crashing waves. Fierce combat erupts on the slick deck. A tough female crew member drives a hook into an infected's chest, shoving it overboard with blood streaking her determined face, the vessel tilting perilously. At the helm, the captain maneuvers through the undead tide, infected pounding on the cabin glass until cracks spiderweb across it, the engine thundering as they push forward. Overwhelmed in the melee, one crew member is dragged screaming into the frothing sea by grasping hands, his comrades frozen in horror at the rail. Below, the bitten victim conceals his festering wound, sweat pouring as symptoms creep in, his fist clenched against the growing agony. The storm peaks with colossal waves looming like giants, the boat scaling their heights before plummeting down, sending infected sliding into the abyss, while the crew clings desperately to rails and ropes. The radio spits static as the captain desperately signals for aid, receiving only distorted echoes, his frustration boiling amid nearby lightning strikes. A fresh wave of infected surges from the stern, met by the crew's defiant line, tools swinging in arcs that shatter skulls in sprays of gore. But betrayal strikes from within. The turned crew member ambushes a friend in a savage grapple, ended only by the captain's steady pistol shot echoing through the hold. With fuel dwindling and the engine faltering, the crew scavenges amid pounding hatches and relentless assaults from the undead outside. As dawn paints the sky in fiery oranges, a foggy island lighthouse emerges ahead, a beacon of fragile hope amid the pursuing horrors in the water. Docking becomes a frantic scramble, leaping to the pier and slashing at trailing infected, splintered wood flying in the fray. They sprint up jagged paths to the lighthouse, glancing back at their swarmed boat, breaths ragged in the crisp morning chill. Barricading the doors with whatever they can find, the infected scratch and howl at the windows as the exhausted crew pauses to tend wounds and regroup. Ascending the twisting stairs, they uncover dusty supplies and an old radio. The captain broadcasts a mayday, the static clearing just enough for a distant reply. The horde shatters the entrance below, shambling upward in a relentless tide, forcing the crew into a last-stand setup with makeshift arms. On the windswept upper platform, the final clash rages, pushing the undead over the edge to plummet into the crashing surf below, the lighthouse beam sweeping like a guardian. With the last foe vanquished, the survivors slump in weary triumph, wrapping injuries as a rescue helicopter buzzes into view on the horizon. In the calming sea, their burning boat fades into the distance, the rising sun casting a hard-earned glow of survival and relief.